physical address means IP address. So creating frames that the data link layer add physical addresses. MAC address means our IP addresses and all. So sending and receiver in the header of each frame. So error control. Data link layer provides mechanism of error control which it detects retransmits damaged or lost frames. So if anything power off or something will happen, cable will damage, then this error control will handle this kind of activities. Means so these frames will save. So next flow control. The data rates must be consistent on both sides, else data may get corrupted. Flow control coordinates the amount of data that can be sent before receiving acknowledgement. Access control. When a signal communication channel is shared by multiple devices. So MAC sublayer of the data link layer helps to determine which device has control over the channel at given point of time. That particular time, which machine is going to access this control. So note packets in the data link layer is referred as a frame, each packet. So data link layer is handled NIC, network interface card. So that is nothing but in the cloud environment. It is easy to write instance. Select what is network interface card. So click on this network. This is managed by the data link layer. Device drivers of the host machines. Switch and bridge or data link layer devices. Next one, network layer. Load. సో బీటెక్లో చెప్పినప్పుడు నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు, కానీ క్లౌడ్ నేర్చుకున్నాక బాగా అర్థమైనాయి నాకు. సో ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఆఫ్ ద నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్. Routing. The network layer protocol determines which route is suitable for source and destination. Source and destination. The source and the destination is the not here. Route table. Go on check route table. Routes table. Okay. Broad route table. And the routes. Peering connection, no need. App routes. So internet gateway. Edit routes. The source. This is the destination. So that is clearly saying routing. The network layer protocols determines which route is suitable for source and destination This function of network layer is known as routing. It's a logical addressing. To identify each device inter-network uniquely, the network layer defines addressing scheme to sender receiver IP addresses placed in the header by network layer. Such an addressing distinguishes each devices uniquely, universally. So just I shown this one. So segment is segment. What is segment? Segment in the network layer is referred as a packet. So packets is converted into segments. Segment network layer is implemented by networking devices such as routers or switches. Means cloud terminology, route table, subnet association. What's going on here? Next, fourth one, transport layer. This is the easy. Without understanding these things, load balancer not able to configure properly. So that's why you need to understand each and every layer. Introverk mantle this different. Segmentation, segmentation and assembly. The layer accept the message from session layer and breaks the messages into smaller units. Each of the segment produces has headers associated with transport layer at the destination station resemble the message. One produces had a header associated with it. Service point addressing to deliver the message to correct process. The transport layer header includes types of addressing called service points, addressing port addresses. So these things, ports, service points అంటే మనకి ఇవి సర్వీస్. These are the services. These are the ports. The transport layer makes sure that the message is delivered to the correct process. So already I shown which server have access other servers or ports. So those things comes into the picture. Services provided by transport layer, connection oriented service, connectionless service. Connection oriented service is a three-phase process includes connection establishing, data transfer, termination, and disconnection. So all are part of TCP UDP protocols. So transport layer means is the heart of this OSA model, heart of the OSA. In this type of transmission, receiver devices send acknowledgement back to the source after packets or group packets is received. This type of transmission is reliable and secure. For that, you need to configure SSL certificates. 128 bits, 512, 256. Connectionless services, it is a one-phase process, include data transfer. So this type of transmission receiver does not acknowledge receipt of the packets. This approach allows for much faster communication between the devices. So you can choose any one, that one or this one. Depends on our requirement. So connection-oriented services is more reliable than connectionless service. Transport layer is operated by operating system. It is a part of OS who communicates with application layer by making system calls. Transport layer is called as a heart of the OSM model. Device or protocol use is so net BIOS. So internet backend system BIOS. సో హార్డ్వేర్ సిస్టమ్ రిపేర్స్ చేసే వాళ్ళు అర్థమవుతుంది బయోస్ అంటే ఏంటి. సో పీపీటీపీ ఏందో నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడికి 4 అయినాయి. సెషన్ లేయర్. Functionality of the session layer, session establishment, so maintenance, termination. The layer allows two layers, the two processes to establish, use, terminate a connection. Synchronization. The layer allows a process to add checkpoints that are considered synchronization points in the data. Synchronized points help to identify errors so that data is resynchronized properly and ends of the message are not cut permanently prematurely. So data losses is avoided. So dialog control. Session layer allows two systems to start communication with each other, off duplex, full duplex. Note. So just to remember these notes as more than enough for explaining interview. No need to. But this is practical understanding purpose. Know the theory. These notes are enough. All the below 3 layers, including session layer, are integrated as single layer into TCP/IP model as a application layer. Implementation of these 3 layers in done by the network application itself. These are also known as upper layers, software layers. So devices or protocols use. So this backend BIOS. Next presentation. Encryption. Data encryption. This is 6. Functionality of presentation layer. Translation. For example, ASCII code values to EBCDIC. So I don't know this one. ASCII I know. 0 to 126. So here encryption. Encryption and decryption. Data encryption translates the data into other form or code. Means if it is HTML means HTML. XML means XML. JSON means JSON. AML means AML. Like that it is going to encrypt it. The data encrypted data is known as ఏమో, ciphertext. Ciphertext. The description data is known as plain text. The key value is encrypted as known as description decrypting data. So compression reduces the number of bits that need to transmitted on the network. So in that case, you need to compress the data. So while transferring data, this compression will compress the data. Means OSA, actual OSA file is 8 GB for Ubuntu or some other OSs. But after compression, it may be 5 GB like that. So in that case, it is using compression. The device and protocol is JPC, chip files, video, MP4 like that. Next, so I'm talking about Rama sent email, right? To Seta. So in that case, you need to text data. Next, application layer. This is the final 7. Today class also 7 closer. Functionality of the application layer maintain the function of application layer is network virtual terminal. So it is allowed to user to log on the remote host. So while logging, if you want to log in application, Gmail application or Outlook, so this user, it is allowing. Next, file transfer access management. The application allows to user access files. Means Rama sent some message. Seta can able to see the text, right? That's why that remote host retrieves files. The remote host manage or control files from remote computer. So mail services provide mail services. That is a main use case. Next, directory services. This application provides distributed databases, source access for global information about various object services. Example application browsers, Skype, Messenger, Gmail, Outlook, and Skype ఓకే ఇప్పుడు పాపులర్ ఇది కదా స్కైప్ కాదు. So SMTP device protocol should use SMTP. Means domain name, company domain or public or private domain, it doesn't matter. SMTP is required. So AWS SES setup SMTP came into the picture. So today your class is gone. So I will share this document today. Just read all the things. 14.
వర్షం ఇవన్నీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలా జస్ట్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ పర్పస్ చదువుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది
Hmm?
ఇవన్నీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలా
మీ
లేదంటే
వాయిస్
జస్ట్
వినిపించట్లేదు.
హలో